Hi, and welcome to this vocabulary lesson because we are going to look at synonyms, collocations in context, and words that belong in the word family. I hope you'll stick around with me every single day, learn these 3,000 words with me. Still can be kind of confusing because it has a lot of different meanings. Still is an adverb, and the picture that I chose here is this girl sitting still. How is she sitting? She's not moving. She's probably calm and peaceful, and so she's sitting very still. It means quietly or calmly. But we use still to mean in spite of as well, or however, nevertheless, yet, though, or nonetheless. Still can be used as an adjective, as in quiet, or peaceful, or serene. It can be tranquil, hushed, or placid. To still a child is the verb, and it means to hush a child or to quiet a child. You can talk about the still of the night. That would be the quietest time of the night. Serenity, the calm, silence. Still as a verb can be to stop something or to stall it, to halt it. The still can be a lull. To still something can be to compose it or to soothe it or shush it, quell, or extinguish. And there's one more meaning of still. This is the noun. A still is the processing pot or machinery that is used to make certain types of alcohol. So a still is, the pot, but it has like some drippy parts. That's a still. We'll get into it. So still, the most common meaning of still that you're going to hear is not the I'm all calm. It's continuing without change. Something began in the past and continues till now. I still remember my first teacher. She still works at the same company. We still have plenty of time. He's still asleep. They still haven't answered my email. Still means it was that way then and it is that way now. Still. And it kind of implies a little bit of frustration. They still haven't answered my email. Or it implies relax. We still have plenty of time. Don't wake him up. He's still asleep. Some common collocations with this meaning of still are still remember. I still remember when we were kids. Still work. Still live. Anything that can continue. I still have anxiety when it comes to going up high. Still be. I am still a mother. I was a mother 20 years ago. I'm still a mother today. I'm still waiting. I'm still learning. I'm still trying. Still here is an adverb of time. It usually comes before the main verb, like I still like coffee. I actually don't because I don't drink coffee. But I still like, lemonade. I still like lemonade. They still need me. So it was true in the past and it's true now. Remember with the be verb is always weird. So all the other verbs, the adverb goes in front of the verb except for with the be verb. She is still busy. We are still friends. Now, this says that you shouldn't put still first. You can put still first, but you need to set it off with a comma. For example, still, I like coffee. Still is going to say, in this, don't forget. It's like in the nevertheless meaning of still. I still like coffee. This is, I liked it then, I like it now. Still, I like coffee. That has a different meaning. So you can say it, but you need to understand that you're saying something different. If I say still, I like coffee, that means that you've looked at all of the other options, and in spite of all those other options, coffee is still what you want. Still can mean up to this moment, and it often comes with some surprise. For example, are you still awake? Are you still awake? That means I expected you to be asleep, but wow, you're still awake. Is it still raining? Really? How long is this rain going to last? She still hasn't called. I've been waiting forever. They're still arguing. Can't believe it. I'm so done with this argument. They're still talking about that. What? You're still here? I expected you to leave. You're still here is not a nice thing to say. So some common collocations would be still waiting, still raining, still sleeping, still here, still open. Yeah, we're still open. You can come over. Still available, still going. It's continuing. The grammar here is that still is an adverb. It often appears with present continuous. It can appear with present perfect or present simple. We are still waiting. He has still not replied. She still loves music. Still will carry the feeling of impatience, surprise, or persistence, depending on the context. It is an emphasis, as most adverbs are. They bring some emphasis. Still can mean nevertheless. And when we do that, we put still first. Still will connect two ideas this way. The hike was exhausting. Still, it was worth it. She was nervous. Still, she gave an excellent speech. It may be expensive. Still, I think it's a good investment. The weather wasn't perfect. Still, we enjoyed the trip. I disagree. Still, I respect your opinion. So still links these two. I may disagree, but I respect your opinion. I may disagree. Nevertheless, I respect your opinion. So in this nevertheless meaning, you might say, still, I think ... Still, we should consider other options. Still, it's important to remember that ... Still, I'm happy. Things didn't go the way I wanted them to. Still, I'm happy. Still, they succeeded. Here, still is used as a sentence adverb. When we put still first, we're setting the backdrop, and it means nevertheless or nonetheless. For example, it was cold, still we went swimming. So this whole thing, yes, it's cold, and we went swimming. It can also appear after the semicolon. It was cold, still we went swimming. Notice after still each time there's a comma. Now, why do you use a semicolon or a period? They both separate two completely different sentences. The difference here is that with a semicolon, you're saying, I'm continuing the same kind of thought. Still means nevertheless, nonetheless, or even so. Still as an adjective means not moving. It describes something that is completely quiet or motionless. The water became perfectly still. Please keep still during the photo. Don't move. Everything was still after the storm. You know the stillness of the night? It's just still. Everything was still after the storm. The baby sat still for 5 minutes. The room was strangely still. So in this case, when we're using still as an adjective, we might use it with other adverbs like perfectly still, completely still, remain still, keep still. That means don't move, stand still, sit still. Do you have a hard time sitting still? So in these cases, still is being used as an adjective, and it follows linking verbs like be or remain or stay or become. The air became still. Please remain still. And it can modify nouns. For example, the still water or the still air. That means water that's not moving or air that's not moving. A still is also a noun. And when it's a noun, it's talking about the distilling machine where you would create alcohol. A still is a machine used to make alcoholic spirits or purify liquids through distillation. The workers cleaned the still. The whiskey came from a traditional copper still. The old still was over 100 years old. The distillery installed a new still. They learned how the still separates alcohol from water. So we would operate a still. It's a whiskey still. Still is very specifically the machinery used to create alcohol in certain types of alcoholic creation. Still, okay, so let's talk about some common mistakes with the word still, and it has to do with the placement. When you have an adverb and you are using any verb except for be, the adverb will go before the verb, not after it. So you would never say, I like still pizza. You would say, I still like pizza. Okay? You could say, I like pizza still. That's okay. But you cannot put still after a verb, except, because the be verb is weird, except with the be verb. And then it must go after the verb. She is still happy, not she still is happy. She is still happy. But to my native English speaking sensibilities, this mistake, she still is happy, is not as big as this mistake. This mistake is a bigger mistake. Although if you said any of these mistakes, that's okay. We'll still understand you. So it's easy to confuse still, already, and yet. So let's talk about that. Still is most often used with the idea of continuing. For example, I still live here. I lived here yesterday and I live here today. Already focuses on what happened earlier and that it happened earlier than expected. I have already eaten, which means I don't need to eat now because I already ate. And yet talks about until now, up to this point. Have you eaten yet? It's usually used in negatives and questions. You can use yet in other ways, so look for my video on yet because there's a lot to do with yet and with already. However, this is the way you might confuse it. Have you eaten yet? Then the answer might be, no, I have still not eaten. I don't know that there's really an opposite to still, except, well, there is upset. So the meaning, the adjective meaning of still being calm and serene, the opposite would be upset. The noun is still. It's talking about the machinery, the still. But still as like the quiet, might even use stillness. The verb still the child, that means to quiet the child or shush someone. Still as an adjective means quiet or calm, and still as an adverb is talking about the continuing aspect of still. Still. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Research shows that if you know 3,000 words, then you can pretty much say anything you need to say. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, and please like and subscribe.